Welcome back, everybody. It's been quite a while. It's patch 7.12. This time I want to show you a hybrid Tiger and Phoenix stance game. So we're starting at blue buff as always, and right off the bat we notice the enemy bot lane not in lane yet. So I know that they're leashing the enemy blue buff, so that gives me enough time against this Vi jungle to get in here and steal his red buff before he shows up. For the first few levels, maxing Tiger level 2 is going to be turtle stance, and you just alternate with 4 attacks between each stance, Tiger and turtle. And here we're going to take the raptors because Vi still hasn't shown up. He's probably doing a full clear of that side of the jungle. He probably killed wolves and gromp. So that gives us enough time to grab raptors. That'll give us level 3 power spike. Bear stance, we can try to gank either mid or top. Now since mid is pushed under a tower, that's not going to be an option. Not at level 3, so we're gonna head up to top lane. And this was a pretty embarrassing play, to be honest. This guy just walked straight through tower. He only took 2 hits from tower, and then he was able to get to the blast cone, and he got out scot-free. But I'll get him back for that, trust me. So we're just gonna kill this gromp, and we see the Vi running into his jungle maybe, because he still has a pretty good amount of health. I don't think he recalled yet. And since he already killed everything on the other side and his raptors and red are dead, I think he's going to go to his Krugs. So I'm going to wait in this bush, activate Tiger stance for the burn proc, and I had to switch to turtle stance early just to keep my passive stacked up, but then I switched back to Tiger stance, and I'm just going to auto attack him to death in Tiger stance. That's going to be our first kill. Let's just kill this last thing up here before going back to base. Get these Krugs, and then the enemy Akali, the enemy top laner, decided to try to fight me. I'm gonna level up on him, challenge accepted, so I'm gonna stun him and then switch to Tiger stance and attack move in the direction he wants to go, so I can stay close to him and keep auto attacking him. So you kinda have to see which direction the enemy's trying to run away and follow him kinda preemptively before he can get away out of range, because if they do get out of your auto attack range, you're gonna have to take a step before you can start attacking again. That's going to be enough to get a Hunter's Potion, Stalker's Blade, basic boots, an attack speed dagger, and a control ward. While I'm leaving base, I'm going to stack up my passive using Turtle Stance and Bear Stance for the movement speed because I have this blue buff. So it's going to keep me full mana, and it's going to give me a little bit more movement speed to get back into my jungle and farm faster. Then we're just going to keep that passive fully stacked this whole time, alternating Tiger and Turtle Stance. And now let's solo this dragon. I got a control ward and alternate Tiger and Turtle Stance as usual for this dragon. Now we have 3 levels in Tiger Stance. This is the easiest way to solo dragon. You can do it very easily at level 5, and if you have a Hunter's Potion or a blue buff, you'll be able to stay almost full health. And then after dragon, you want to start maxing Phoenix Stance if you're going for this hybrid build. So the Tiger Stance is mostly for the early game strength. I'm going to hit him with a Tiger proc and then Bear Stance, and then back to Tiger Stance. I also smited him, and I waited until the stun to be ending before using smite. That way you don't overlap your CC. Let's go back to farming a little bit. We're about to get level 6, and then we're going to get Phoenix, which is going to help with the clear speed tremendously. So when we're farming after level 6, we can alternate, instead of Tiger and Turtle Stance, we can alternate Tiger and Phoenix Stance. And after around level 6 or so, with our Hunter's Potion, we're not going to really need to use Turtle Stance in order to stay full health. So we can have the faster clear if we use Phoenix Stance instead of Turtle Stance for the jungle farming. After you get 2 attack speed daggers, you'll have enough to finish 3 flame procs before switching off, and you'll keep your passive stacks. So what I mean is, when you're farming, you can attack 4 times in Tiger Stance and 7 times in Phoenix Stance every cycle. And repeat that for the jungle farming. Alright, let's try to get a kill on this Akali again. Let's try to get payback for that last gank. So let's run around this wall, try to get pretty far behind him so he has less time to run. Start with Bear Stance, switch to Tiger Stance, and again use the smite after the stun. And this time, just gonna stand here patiently, hopefully not get juked. There he is. Stun him, Tiger Stance. Got his flash. Not bad. It's a pretty long cooldown, so worth it. Hopefully my top laner will benefit from that, and sure enough, there he is, getting a kill up in top lane. It worked out great. And Vi is up in top lane. Meanwhile, I'm going to take his red buff, and then we're just going to go try to kill that Vi. Look at him, he's dived in that tower. Got the kill, but that's going to be kill number 4. was able to attack move just a little bit to stay in range to block that Q. Now we're gonna take a little bit of farm while the top laners are dead, and we can push this tower a little bit. Akali's coming back. This tower is pretty low though, so after this tower is about to die, I'm gonna jump on Akali. Pop Ghost, Bear Stance, and might be able to catch him. Get that red buff slow on him. He comes out of tower range just enough for Fiora to get in there, and we finish him off. Now I'm going to heal up a little bit from farming the Krugs, but then Vi shows up, and I'm going to stun him, switch to Turtle Stance, auto attack him, to heal, and run away while Fiora finishes him off. That's a tilter. We're going to recall. That's going to be enough money to finish Sheen, Stinger, Swiftness Boots, 34% CDR, so that means we don't need to use Turtle Stance to keep our passive fully stacked while running somewhere. We can just spam Bear Stance. If you have over 20% CDR, you can keep your passive fully stacked using only Bear Stance when you're running far. We see the enemy Vi headed down towards bot lane. Let's try to counter gank this. So I start with a stun, Ashe is going to follow it up with her ult, and we're going to get that kill. Let's leave another deep ward over here at blue. We got a kill in mid, so let's help our mid laner push this. Akali's coming to try to save this tower. Start with a Tiger proc, followed by a Bear Stance, and he is dead. Vi's gonna jump in. Start with another Tiger proc, another Bear Stance, and he is dead also. That's gonna be another opportunity to take Dragon, alternating Tiger and Turtle Stance if you want to have the most health, or if you want a faster clear, you can just alternate Tiger and Phoenix Stance. This time I actually started with the Turtle Stance alternating, and then at the end I just switched over to Phoenix Stance alternating. You can also steal this blue buff. We're going to try to dive on this Vayne. I think I would have been able to get him, but I decided to abort mission after Thresh showed up. So let's just run away, try to get away from this. Now I got to heal up in the jungle before I can do anything else, so I'm just going to go to these Krugs and farm a little bit. If I wanted to heal more, I could just only sit in Turtle Stance, but I kind of wanted to just farm fast. And I didn't really know a big fight was about to happen, but these guys decided to do a 4-man bot lane dive. So we're just going to run back in here. This guy's going to die pretty fast under tower. Now this Vi steps into tower range. I stun him. Switch to Phoenix Stance. He's dead. Now let's chase these last two guys. Now I got to watch the Vayne's rings, because if he hits me with the third ring, it's going to hurt a lot. So after I see him switch his focus, I dive back in, get this Thresh. One Tiger proc. Zyra finishes him off. Then as Vayne is attacking Zyra, I dive back in onto him and we finish him off before he can get 3 rings on me. So that's going to be enough money to finish a Trinity for us. We're also going to get an Oracle alteration because we're level 9. And next we're going to work on Cinderhulk. Let's just farm these wolves so we can take out this blue. And use this plant to clear Rift Herald because I can solo that right now. Let's just also take out this ward real quick. And the enemies use that plant. I guess it barely missed me, or if they did see me, they just tunnel vision on top lane anyways. So there they go. They're just chasing this guy real hard. It's just going to give me enough time to take out this Rift Herald. Just alternating Tiger and Phoenix Stance. Don't really need to use Turtle Stance. Hunter's Potion is going to keep me almost full health. And then near the end, I'll just smite it, which is going to give me the rest of my health. So now I'm going to take this buff. We're going to head to mid lane, join my team for this team fight over here. LeBlanc is pretty fed also, almost just as fed as me now. Let's just keep pushing this, attack the tower. Akali jumps on me, I stun him, switch to Phoenix Stance, he's dead. And now I'm going to run in here, kill this ward, and activate the Rift Herald. And that's actually an ace for our team, which is good timing. You don't want to use the Rift Herald if the enemies are alive to defend it, because they'll just kill it really fast. You want to either use the Rift Herald when you're split pushing or when you have an ace. So that's going to be that tower down. The enemy Syndra is going to respawn and defend the next tower, so that's all we're going to get in mid lane. Let's just run back into the enemy jungle. We can steal some wolves. We can steal this Gromp. It's going to be enough money to recall, finish Cinderhulk. We're going to get 2 more attack speed daggers. We're going to be building a Guinsoo's Rage Blade. If you do build Guinsoo's Rage Blade and you combine that with either Trinity Force or Wit's End, that's going to give you maximum attack speed at level 18 if you have level 5 Q and your passive fully stacked up, and Guinsoo's Rage Blade fully stacked up. Pretty ridiculous with 2 items. We've got ourselves a new blue buff. Now let's try to push down bot tower. Some fight going on in mid lane. It's going to give us enough time to get this tower. And we got the Vi. It just takes 1 stun and he's toast. Dodge that hook. Now let's try to get away from these guys because they're all here. The Akali jumped on me and he got a little bit too far away from his team. And that gave me just enough time to burst him down before his teammates can come help him. So now we're just going to go back to pushing this real fast with our Phoenix Dance. You can see how fast that clear speed is. It's really nice. We got 1 stun on Vayne. That's surprisingly going to be enough to kill that guy once we got the follow-up from our Zyra. Let's just try to get this inhib tower. The LeBlanc's going to dive in and take tower aggro, so that's going to give me enough time to dive in, get a little bit of damage. We got the Vi. I'm not going to get this Thresh for now. So now they're chasing us down. Let's try to do the same thing again. If Akali jumps in past his teammates, I'm just going to turn on him. And looks like he's definitely going to do it. So we turn around, he jumps on me, and he's toast. Switch from Bear Stance straight to Tiger Stance, and then Phoenix Stance for the burst damage. We'll also take out 1 more dragon. That control ward has lasted there all game. We're going to recall, pick up the components to Guinsoo's Rage Blade. I'm going to head back out to join our team. Let's just dive this Syndra. Tiger Stance, Phoenix Stance. He's dead. We can get this tower. That's going to be the 2nd inhibitor. The last one to get now is in top lane. But we got a few people dead. We got our LeBlanc dead, so we can't go too deep. We can get a couple picks. Got that Vi. Vayne's going to condemn me away. That's probably a good thing. And we got 1 more kill. Let's be careful now because that Vayne could definitely screw me up if I got a little bit too close. So let's be careful there. That would have been death if that hit me. Let's just recall, pick up our Guinsoo's Rage Blade. That's a big power spike. It's going to be a lot of attack speed now, with flames on every 2nd attack when it's fully stacked up, which is crazy. Because if you're at maximum attack speed, that's 1.25 flames per second. We're going to easily take out this Baron, and we're going to group top lane as a team to take out the last inhibitor. Let's grab the tower, and then as these guys are fighting, I'm just going to focus the inhibitor. It's okay, I'm just going to get this. I know my team's going to handle themselves. Let's just get the triple inhibitors for the 6 super minions every 30 seconds. And this game is pretty much over, guys. So, thank you for watching. So sorry for the long wait for the video. I'm going to be making videos more regularly now that I finished the hardest semester of my life. So I got all A's and B's, so happy about that, and most of all I'm excited to get back to YouTube. Thank you guys again for the support, and I will see you all again soon. Later, guys.